Now, in the previous 3 weeks, we looked at interpreting the Creator and how it is our job as human beings to walk with the Creator, use our free will, and uniquely interpret Him into the world. Now, once you have a unique interpretation, you need the means to express it. And fortunately, you already have the means to express the Creator. You have the divine image. You're made in the image of God. So that gives you the ability in ways, and we need to learn about these ways, of how to express Him effectively. You also have the divine nature. You create like Him. In ways you even move like Him. So you need to learn how to work within that nature to express Him into the world. And you also have the divine likeness. You look like Him. Creation recognizes that you look like Him. And we need to look at that and see how can we use the likeness that we have. So you are the image, nature, and likeness that creation wants to express. Now remember, your job is to walk with the Creator, learn about His image, His nature, and His likeness, and then put your free-willed interpretation on that and bring that interpretation in to creation. And that's what creation will work with you on expressing. So let's look first at the divine image. Now normally the image of God is pointed to as the body, the human body. However, that's the material expression. That's the visible likeness. That's not actually the image of God. It's an expression of the image, but if we want to go deeper, what's the closest component of you to the Creator? And the Creator is a spiritual being, so the closest part of you is your soul, a preformed soul. And the Creator put at the center of your soul His image. Now the problem is you can't illuminate that image by yourself. It's just sitting there in darkness. It's waiting for His power to come into your soul and turn that image on, illuminate that image. But you can only do that with Him. So in a way, you're kind of like a light bulb where you're this void, this vacuum of lifeless nothingness, but at the center is this little filament and you sense it, but you can't turn it on. But as soon as you plug into the Creator by faith, He pours His spiritual power into you, illuminates that little filament, that image, and bursts forth with spiritual light. And that goes forth to fill your preformed body. And your body is built very similarly to how your soul is built. At the center of your body is your soul. At the center of your soul is the image being illuminated by the Creator. And as His illumination goes forth, it fills the body and then fills the earth. So you're to be the center of the earth. Your body is to be the center. And if you notice, when you look out of your body, it looks like you're the center. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, you're not the actual gravitational center of the earth, but you're the creative center of the earth. You walk with the Creator in your soul. That spiritual union brings forth light through your body and out into the earth to nourish expressive creations. So you're to be the center. So preformed creations seek a transformed soul, and creation wants you to be an ever-increasing source of illumination for them, an ever-increasing source of glory. So then we need to look at the divine nature, and we're going to look at this specifically from the human perspective. At the core of everything we exist within as a human being is knowledge. You want to know, but you don't know. Now in the Garden of Eden, this is what we fell for. We went for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. We wanted to eat from that tree so that we would know fully like God. But God did not create us to know. God created us to desire to know. So when we went for the knowledge, we were really trying to replace Him in our relationship. But if you think about it, if you have one that knows and you have one that desires to know, when those two come together, you get love, passionate love, intense spiritual love. And remember, these are spiritual beings. The Creator is spiritual, your soul is spiritual. You desire, you're this empty void of desire. You want to know, but you don't know. He knows, and when you come together, you get expressions of spiritual love. So the Creator's knowledge and your desires unite together spiritually to express love, and that love is the illumination that goes forth through your body in order to bless creation. So the final component here is your likeness that you share, that we all share as human beings, the divine likeness. And very simply, you look like Him in a way. Now we don't really know what way because we can't see the Creator, but you have this likeness. And the way we know this is creation recognizes that you look like the Creator in a way. Even your own mind, heart, and body believe in you so much, specifically your soul, the spiritual likeness that you have. They believe that you're like Him so much that they will die following you. And all of creation is also dying because it's following us as the ones who look like the Creator. And you also have something more here. You don't just look like Him, you create like Him in a way. The Creator uses spiritual knowledge, puts it inside creations, and then sends those creations forth. That's what you do. You put your spiritual knowledge, which supposedly was to be from the Creator, you put that inside your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and then you send it forth through your body out and to bless the world. And the last component, you don't just look like Him, you don't just create like Him, you're a being like Him. You're human and you're a being. So the human part of you, that's your mind, heart, and body. The being part of you, that is your soul. So in the Garden of Eden, when we were tempted by the enemy, he tempted us with to be like God. If you eat this fruit, you will be like God. But that is very different from living in the process of being like God. And as we've all found, if you strive to be like God, fully like God, knowing all like God, that's really frustrating. You can't get there. You never achieve it. Why? Because you weren't meant to be like God. You were meant to be in this process of ever-increasing growth, but never fully attaining His likeness. So hell, that we all live in now, is working to be God, to be His fullness. However, heaven, which will be the eternal heaven that we can now experience in this life to begin with, heaven is working the process of being like God, growing into His likeness, but never fully being like Him, never fully attaining who He is. His position is taken. Your position is to grow into His likeness. And that is the joy that we all have, that is heaven eternal, and it begins now in this life to work the process of a being like God.